It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl runs through them. We can hardly wait for the start of this one on Sunday night primetime.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, one game to decide who represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's our visiting team and our home team. The stadium is packed. Standing room only a chance for their hometown team to get to the Super Bowl. Great to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and the most important thing in the building, the Lamar Hunt Trophy. It is up for grabs in the AFC Championship. Two evenly matched teams. Greg, what are you looking for in this one?
You know, I think the team that understands how to use this energy, as you said, it is electric in this building, especially for the home team. You know that you are one win away from the ultimate goal, which is to play and have a chance for the Super Bowl trophy. Who can harness that energy early the best? There's going to be some pregame jitters. There's going to be some excitement on the sideline and in that huddle. Can you settle down early and just treat it like any other game? I think the team that gets into their rhythm the quickest, Mike, is going to be the one that has the best chance to find themselves holding that Lamar Hunt Trophy at the end.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go.
First carry for Joe Mixon. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. On second down, Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Here we go.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll try and run for this with Mixon.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Stroud to throw here on first and 10. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. Second down and 3. Now a toss play. Running left, it's Mixon. Yep. And he will score. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The kick is good. And his guys have struck first in the AFC Championship game. They're out to a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone. But no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
We talked to him earlier in the week, Mike, and he tried to downplay this as just another game, but I think after seeing him on the field during warm-ups, that's gone out the window. You can tell it's starting to set in just how big of an opportunity this really is. They've outlasted every team in the AFC except for the one they're about to face. If they're able to beat them, man, they'll have a chance to do something really special. But for that to happen, they're going to need him to lead the way as they try to overcome this intimidating atmosphere. And if he does that, they could be holding the Lamar Hunt Trophy in just a few short hours.
Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Christian Harris there on the stop. 2nd and 7. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got the hookup downfield with McConkey. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Glad McConkey the one he was looking for. And 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Herbert. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors, they're on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This one taken at the 7. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Now a second down throw for Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. On first down, it's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here we go. They'll give this to Mixon, running right. They'll be brought down. Short pickup. It's at the 26. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Tony. Look the hot, look the hot.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That one knocked away and incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
From the gun here on 3rd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Derwin James. And the visitors are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now it's Dobbins. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So a quarter in the books in the AFC Championship. It's a close game early on. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Second and 11. Here's Dobbins. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Right side and hauled in by McConkey. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan. Because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
1st and 10. On play action, it's Herbert. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Daniil Hunter with the stop. Third and 6. From the gun, it's Herbert. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On 4th down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Dell motioning over. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Schultz is the motion man. Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. Pass caught. It's John Mechie. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Hey, uno more.
7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game
11.
after this.
Hey, uno. Hey.
Stroud to throw. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and his guys extend their advantage to 14-3. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Now Herbert. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back.
That's going to be picked off by the rookie from Georgia, Kamari Lassiter. And this defense will take over following the turnover. First and 10 now from the 36.
Oh, eh? Whoa.
Now Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Schultz is the motion man. On 2nd down, Stroud. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the 2nd half.
Davis to return it. And he looks up, he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
So we've reached halftime here in the AFC title game. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with EA Sports.
But first, let's look
halftime
back
report.
to the
It's all
NFC
yours, Coach.
Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Chicago Bears who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this AFC Championship game. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting to be claimed. 30 minutes away, unless, of course, we have overtime. We're back underway in the AFC title game. The visitors' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with first and 10. A run with Dobbins. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's second and 9. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Here's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up second and 2. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing, Herbert. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put the drive together and get some points because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. And with the season winding down, he continues to put up the big numbers. Let's take a look at some of the leading candidates to take home the award for Offensive Player of the Year. They'll start this one on the ground with Pierce. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They will work the middle with Mixon. And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. A troubling development here in this AFC title game.
Oh, ready? Buggy.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield. Now an injury timeout, and it looks like it's Stephon Diggs who's having an issue. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a give running left with Mixon. Room to run at the 35. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
On 1st down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon.
Mixon again, the ball carrier. The tackle by Derwin James. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the 21.
2nd and a yard.
On the quick, right? Robbie.
On the give, this is Mixon. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down.
Here we go. Look the hot.
On the handoff, it's Mixon. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Alohi Gilman. And the visitors are going to take possession here at their own 33.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll turn and hand this one off. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Now, Herbert. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
You just have to have a better plan coming into the game when you're facing this sort of pass rush. You are not going to be able to sit there with long developing plays and pat the ball in the pocket. It has to be read 1, read 2, check down. Get the ball out of your hands. Protect your offensive lineman a little bit.
So it's fourth down. They'll call on the punt team. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go.
They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Tonight.
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line. It is 3rd and 10.
Oh, hey.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They're all set to punt this one away. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to hit another good one. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds.
At their own 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Herbert. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. And he will score. Herbert will lead the offense up. He'll go for 2.
The offense will run out for a 4-point conversion.
To throw, it's Herbert. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. This one complete to Jordan. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the AFC Championship game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. It's a gain of 10 yards, and that will be a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
In motion now, it's Collins. A second down throw for Stroud. He airs this one out looking for Mechie.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. Herbert now on first down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
On fourth down, out comes the punter. He forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. That'll be returnable from the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. This team's offense headed back to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
A throw left side finds Dell. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Let's go. Hey, south. Good.
Give, running right. It is Mixon. Moving this to the 36-yard line will give them enough. Chains will move. It's a first down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Second down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Third down, 3 to go.
On the quick, right?
Back to throw, Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to, but at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So now this team's offense getting set to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's 2nd down and 3. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He connects with Disley. And he's going to be out of bounds as the clock will stop. It would have stopped anyway as we've hit the 2-minute warning. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And before this drive starts, we'll take a look at the race as it stands to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award.
Here we go. 11.
On the handoff, running left, it's Mixon. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
All right. 19 Texas.
They'll go right back to Mixon. Mixon has the 1st down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they take it to the 20-yard line with that one. 25 yards, the pickup there. That's enough for a 1st down.
Here we go. Hey, uno.
Here's Mixon. He'll work forward, only to about the 18. Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Here we go.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down.
Ray. Robbie.
They'll try and run for this with Mixon. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that's going to bring up fourth down.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain. Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
Look the hot.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. They'll run here with Mixon. A short game, down to the 7. Now here's second and goal. Dell motioning over. They'll go with him again. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. One final chance for this defense. And here's third down. He'll get this out to the left flat. And good work there by the defense. They stop him at the 9 to force fourth down. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad as they will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy. They are off to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks as champions of the AFC. So that'll do it for Greg Olson, our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. We'll see you in 2 weeks in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. Till then, good night, everyone.